My biggest takeaway was, if I don't step it up, I'm gonna be kissing my boss ass for the rest of my life.
Woohoo! I love it. I got it on recording.
Put that on a t-shirt.
No, hey, don't say it to your boss on your t-shirt, kiss my butt, okay? That might get you out of your job quicker than you think. Awesome. Awesome. But you know what I did for a while in the Navy? I had 3 t-shirts. I might have to go dig for them in my wardrobe, but I had 3 t-shirts. The one says, "I love Uncle Sam," which is a damn lie, okay? And the other one was, "My commanding officer is everything," which is another lie, okay? And every time that I wore these shirts, it reminded me why I was doing my side hustle. Because every time I wore those shirts, I got a lot of crap from these other Navy people. A lot of sarcastic comments. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And that's what drove me out after my second enlistment. No, I take it back. Third enlistment, because my first one was 2 years, right? On my third enlistment, I made a promise I'm not going to re-up. So halfway through my second enlistment is when I started to do strong 6 figures, part-time.
Wow.
But that was the drive. The drive was, what can I do to remind me on a daily basis of what the main goal is? If you ever watch a Christian movie, that there's a coach who coached these Christian girls on the cross country. And the name of the movie is Remember the Main Goal. It's a really good movie, okay? And that's how I felt through the service, is that I always have to remind me what the main goal was. Never forget it. Does that make sense, guys?
Yes.
Okay? And I did the same thing with DGC. And that one main goal was get out of the race. Because when you lose everything in 1 week, you're back in the race. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And we did it, and I put on there specifically, must be completed within 12 months. We did it on the 11th month and the 27th day of the month.
Whoa. Simple.
We did it exactly on October 27th, and I joined GDC on November 3rd. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And I'm going to tell you this, Cynthia was there with me every day. Whether she was engaged or not engaged, she was still there with me every day. And then all the other people came along. Does that make sense, guys? So I hope you guys take that to heart and you do something similar for yourself on that. Okay? Then we've got, so I didn't hear anything from Trixie yet, so I'm going to go with Kim. Now that Kim got filled in.
And I have a training call at 8 o'clock. What am I sharing? I'm sorry. Something from yesterday.
Your one takeaway from day 2 and the one thing you would like to see change today for yourself.
Day 2. Geez, I don't even know. What did we talk about? I have to remember day 2.
Day 2, the main thing we talked about was the offer ladder.
Oh,
Lead
yeah.
magnets, offer letter, free to pay.
I think yesterday for me, it was more like the lead magnets. Like, why am I not, like I asked yesterday, right? Should I be dropping the link to a lead magnet as opposed to just giving it away? And your answer was yes. And I do have so many good lead magnets that I don't have funnels built for all of them yet. So I think taking from your funnel, just how simple it is. You don't need a lot. You need a good hook, a little bit of information, and then place the button for your lead magnet. I think that was my biggest thing. And I'm in a lot of communities that I'm paying for as well to advertise or to promote in, and I'm not doing it just because I don't have everything in my funnel. So, like, I can drop community links and stuff, but I don't have funnels for all of my lead magnets yet.
I can share one
Mhm.
of my templates and you just take my stuff out, put your stuff in. That's exactly what I do. And just keep it sustainable and do one a week
Cool.
because you've already got some you've got. All right.
Yeah.
And not all my lead magnets work. I have a bunch, but I focus on the 5 or 6 that actually convert. And those are the ones I share the most.
Test and see what works the best. Yeah.
The main thing I've learned from Jennifer, guys, on the lead magnet is number one question you have to ask yourself. Okay. You take your squeeze page, right? For instance, right? Where they put in the email. And you ask yourself, is this enough for me to put in my email? Do I have enough value here to put in my email? Do I have a reason to put in my email? Because if you don't have a reason to put in your email, they ain't going to have a reason to put in their email. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And that's based on clarity. Is your message clear enough? Is it visible? Is it busy? Is it clean? Is it simple? Right? Does it really redirect everything to your call to action? The second question you have to ask yourself, when they click on that button and you earn their trust to get the email, are they going to end up where you want them to end up, which is what we call the destination? Does that make sense? Because if they click that button and you're playing bait and switch, you lost them before they even got to the destination, right? So your message has to be very clear, but it also has to follow through. Third question, once they get to the destination, then what? You can answer those 3 questions, your lead magnet is ready to market. You can't answer the 3 questions, your lead magnet is not ready to market.
And if you're still working on, okay, low ticket, mid ticket, got to figure that out. How would I bridge the gap? Lead them to your community. It's simple. That's why I have to go back and now do the other.
If your community is your space that you're trying to get into, it's kind of like this. I don't do the job of my pastor. My job is to bring him to the church. My pastor's job is to do his job, right? So let's say I am a member. So that means I'm the church member. My community is the space. Then you have the community owner. What is my job as a member? Bring him to the space. Once I bring him to the space, I have to show up the way I'm supposed to show up. But what do? I let the community owner do the heavy lifting. Does that make sense?
Yep.
That's all you do. If you can understand that and you can practice that, if you're the community owner, you got an extra role, bringing value to the community. Does that make sense? But you understand the role and you understand what you're supposed to do and not to do, everything else will fall into perspective. I promise you. All I just said to you was one sentence. Know to stay in your lane.
In life, in business, I always try to stay in my lane. And I'm telling you guys, yes, you want to
Amen.
promote, but also add that value. I'm telling you, I have a couple examples. A girl who somehow got on my email list, have no idea, it had to have been from Facebook or wherever I dropped a lead magnet. And then she was seeing my newsletters. Long story short, she messages me about the program. Is this a scam? Totally skeptical. I responded back to that professionally. Didn't think too much about it. By 2 hours later, she had joined my community. And in about 5 days later, she had bought my program. And I didn't even try to sell it to her, right? She just trusted me. got in my community, probably started watching some things, and it just naturally happened, right? 10. Are we ready to get to the audits?
No, I think we got one more person. We got Trixie.
What do the
Trixie.
numbers mean?
So Trixie,
What the numbers mean?
Messing us up with the math.
yeah, Trixie, if you don't have a community and you want to get content audited, like videos or posts, then you would put a 10. You would put a 10. Okay. But if you have a community and you want to get your about page and stuff like that audited, you would put a 5. But if you're that kind of person that
Okay.
want everything, then you would put a 15.
Nah.
Or you can sit on the sideline and learn from everybody else. Does that make sense?
Not too good on content. Yeah.
Okay. No problem.
Yeah, I just opened my community back up. It's
Yay! That's
Let me
awesome.
ask you this, Trixie, since you're unmuted,
Drop your link.
would you be okay to share a takeaway from yesterday?
yeah, I think making recurring income off of other people's communities, whether you have a community or not, was a good nugget that I hadn't thought about before yesterday.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's like, why not?
I haven't posted it yet, but I just made another $350 from people signing up and other stuff.
That's
Oh
awesome.
wow.
It is nothing beautiful than that sound that goes cha-ching.
I know. Yeah. And me and my
But you
husband
gotta talk.
me and my husband have a running joke. We both stay in our own lane.
Good stuff, Trixie. Really nice to meet you. Okay. All right, guys.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording because we don't want it too long. So that was just the takeaway of day 2. And that was the one thing we want to change today. And when I start the recording, we're going to go through the audits. Okay. And we're going to go in the same order that they show up inside of the chat. Okay.